her back. I'd also like to thank everybody else who had a hand in putting together this amazing event. I am so happy and excited to be here. I'm going to try not to cry too, Mary. It's nice to look out and see so many familiar faces that I haven't seen in years. I think it's been over 20 years since I've been here, and I can't even believe that it's been over 20 years, and so much has changed. Drove around, checked out the campus, the facilities. Girls, I wish I was still playing. I really do. There's one thing I have noticed that hasn't changed here, though, and that is the pride and the enthusiasm that Creighton University, the athletic department, the J-backers, the alumni, the students, the fans, they still have in its student athletes. That being said, I would like to congratulate both the men's and the women's basketball programs for such a successful season. It's our time, our favorite time of the year, my husband, and we sure have enjoyed watching you. Congratulations. I'd also like to congratulate Eric. Is Eric here? Mattingly? The baseball guy? Is he here? The guy that pitched the no-hitter? Or the 9 innings? Eric, are you here? He's not here. Well, I'd like to congratulate him too. That's a great story. I just heard that the other day. It's an honor to be standing here tonight. I feel privileged to join the elite athletes and coaches who have already been inducted into Creighton's Athletic Hall of Fame. Thank you for this honor. I'd also like to congratulate Ross for his impressive accomplishments. I know I did not get here by myself. I have so many people to thank. First, I would like to thank my biggest supporters at the time, and that was my parents. Unfortunately, they have both passed, but I know they are here in spirit. I can see my dad sitting out there in his Creighton jacket. Go Jays, fight, fight. Killer instinct, girl, killer instinct. So, I know, this looks familiar, huh, Mary? This was our jacket. And my mom is right by his side. Oh, thank you. Come on. So, thank you, Mom and Dad, for the encouragement and the sacrifices that you have made. I was fortunate that my parents were at a time in their life where they could travel the country to watch me play. And I cherish those moments. I honestly believe if there was a Parents' Hall of Fame, both of my parents would have been in it. I have been blessed to have some of the best coaches and teachers of this game. So next, I would like to thank my coach, Mary Higgins. Okay, Mary. Mary, you are a remarkable coach and woman. You are an amazing example of what hard work and dedication is to a program and to your athletes. Thank you for recruiting me, believing in me, not only as an athlete, but as a student. In 1984, you gave me the opportunity to continue to play the sport I loved. You challenged me, and you realized the potential I had, even when I came to you and I asked you if I could try catching, and you thought I was crazy. But you said, go ahead, get the stuff on, get over there and start catching. So I did. I remember, Mary, when you were inducted into the Hall of Fame, and it means so much to see you here this evening and to share this with me. Thank you, Mary. I know I would not be here without you. I'm not going to cry. Mary, I remember my first week here at Creighton. I was all excited to start practicing, throwing, pitching, but I never saw the field. I remember my parents would call me and say, well, how's your first week? How are your classes? How's school? I said, Dad, there's been a serious problem. I made a huge mistake. And my dad was like, oh, no, here we go. What's the problem? What's the matter? And I said, I'm on a track scholarship. I haven't even seen the field. I have not even seen the field. I haven't even seen my glove, my bat. All I've been doing is running for the last 2 weeks. Well, Mary, I am going to contribute my love-hate of running half marathons in my life now to you. Mary, do you remember those times you used to chase me around the field with that rake with the snake on it? Do you remember those? Yeah, I'm still deathly afraid of snakes. She used to get this rake, and she'd be raking the fields, and there'd be a garden snake, and I am deathly afraid of snakes, and she'd get that snake and chase me around the field. I think it was part of conditioning. This recognition is such an honor, and mostly important, I would not be standing here if it weren't for my teammates. And I am so touched. Some of my greatest accomplishments in life have started here and truly could not have been achieved without them. Thank you to those of you who took the time to attend. There is nothing better than being part of a team. The bond that we have shared both on and off the field are memories that are cherished for a lifetime. I will never forget Anita, also Hondo, who is a dear friend to me today. I'll never forget when she was in the dugout and the umpire made a bad call, and she's got her little Oklahoma accent going on and saying, "Come on, Blue, I've seen better eyes on a potato." To this day, we still call each other potato head, tater tot, sweet tater. We still call each other potato. Our road trips, Mary, in cram vans was always an adventure. Stuffing our uniforms in those brown bags, piling them up in the back, and Kim Croker lying on top of them in the back while we traveled. And to think we never, ever wore seatbelts back then. Crazy. Remembering Joanne, our manager, stopped right under the signal arm of the railroad tracks, and the bar came down on the van, and it kept going up and down on the van. And we're all sitting in the van looking at each other like, what is going on? Or the time Kristen, our other manager, filled up the van and then took off with the nozzle still in the van and pulled the whole gas pump over. We never jumped out of that van so fast. Oh, the memories. Mary, what about our Kiewit Center runs, our time miles? And if we didn't make our time miles, we had to run another one. Our weigh-ins, and the old gym for practices. Our weekly food consumption, calorie report. Hey, Mary, the squeeze sign. The squeeze sign. Vicks popcorn we used to dip in ketchup. 6 a.m. swimming for conditioning. Degelman Hall, my freshman year, room 202. I still remember it. The take sign on the brim of your visor. It wasn't all of this. It was this. Take. I was cold. I wanted out of there. 7 a.m. packing up the vans to go to Boys Town to practice. Willis Reed, the men's basketball coach. Then Tony Baroni, Dick Fick. Jim Henry, the men's baseball coach, letting me work out with the baseball team. Father Hart, who I love so dearly, who chuckled when I used to see him and yell at him, "Papa! Papa!" Our barbecues we used to have at your house. The times we had to run down to the old gym or to the old market and touch the slide and come back. Mary, we all touched that slide. You know why? We thought for sure you had Sid with binoculars watching us somewhere. I look back at how good we were. Great memories of pitching, beating Nebraska on their home turf, and we know anytime Creighton beats Nebraska in any sport, it is a woo-woo. It was our hard work and desire as a team that led us to be nationally recognized. If I recall, as high as 4th in the country, but you said 5th. I think 4th sounds better. It was our determination to win the High Country Athletic Conference in 1986 and our dream to appear in the College World Series. And we did it. We did it as a team. But when all was said and done, it wasn't the hard work or the great plays or the victories or the defeats that mattered. It's the friendships that you've made along the way. And in preparing for this speech, I brought props. My very first glove I found 6 years old. I'm used to my glove on my hand. In preparing for this speech, I look back to where I started my softball journey. This is where it all began, but this is not where it has ended. When I was playing here at Creighton, I had no idea it would be the foundation for my career I have now as a private instructor and coach of the game. I am always excited when one of my students or players goes off to start their own college playing experience. and one of my proudest moments was seeing a couple of my students and players play here at Creighton University. I hope to have many more moments like that, and I have a couple players for you too, Coach. I would like to thank my best friend from home, Carrie Fisher, for traveling here today. I love you dearly. It means so much to see you here. Last, I would like to thank my husband, Ken, who is a collegiate athlete and Hall of Famer himself, who understands, supports, and shares in my passion to teach, in my passion to coach, and our passion for sports, but most importantly, our passion for life together. And in closing, one of my favorites, Julia Childs once said, "The measure of achievement is not winning awards. It's doing something you appreciate, something you believe is worthwhile." And I believe the love of the game is worthwhile, and that is why I'm standing here this evening. Thank you very much.